Hello, and welcome to AutoCrib.net 4.1 Configure Bins webinar. In this webinar, we will go over the new Configure Bins feature that was added to the AutoCrib.net 4.1 software. The new feature allows you to complete a bulk upload of bins, a bulk upload of item to bin assignments. It also allows you to quickly assign an item to one or more bin locations, as well as quickly and easily remove bin assignments. To access the Configure Bins module, we're going to navigate to Cribs and click on Bins. The Configure Bins link is located on the top right corner of the screen. The Configure Bins feature has three different screens. The default screen is the Configure Automatic screen. There's the Configure Manual screen, and there is the Remove Bin Assignment screen. The three screens may look slightly different depending on the type of crib selected and whether the crib already has bins created. So we will start by looking at a toolroom type crib. So for my bins, I'm going to select my toolroom, and I'm going to click on Configure Bins, and I will be defaulted to Configure Automatic screen. So from the Configure Automatic screen, you may upload a spreadsheet containing the bins and bin item assignments for the crib. So you can start by downloading the sample Excel bin file. When it's done downloading, you can open the file. Inside the file, you will see sample data inserted into the various columns. So when you're ready to create your spreadsheet, make sure to remove all the sample data and replace it with the desired data. So as an example, we are going to add 3 bins and 3 item assignments to those bins. So the first column is the bin number that you would like to add. So I would like to add 05A, 05B, and 05C. And again, I'm going to make sure to delete the sample data. The next column is the item code. So this is where you will enter the item code you wish to assign to each of the bins. So the first bin, I'm going to assign item 5381. Second bin 3444, and the third bin 728. Again, I will remove the sample data from the column. The next column is package quantity, which I will just leave at 1. The next column is the bin capacity, which I will leave the default, which is 9999. You can then enter the bin min and max quantities, which in our example will be 50 and 25 for each of the bins. You can then enter the on-hand quantity that you wish to have for the bin. I am just going to change them all to 0. And you can also insert a burn quantity. For the shelf, you can just leave the default of 0. So once you've entered all your data, you want to make sure to save your file, and then you can close it. You will then go back to the AutoCrib.net software, and from this window, you are going to click the Browse button. You're going to browse to the file location, select it, and click Open. Once you've selected your file, you're going to click the Process Bin Assignments button, and you will see the message on the top that says that the bins have been configured and all invalid rows have been skipped. So now we can go back to our bins list for the toolroom and verify that those bins and items were added, and they have. So here's my new bin, 05A, with item 5381 assigned, 05B, and 05C. So the next screen we're going to look at is the Configure Manual screen. So this screen allows you to select an item and quickly assign the item to one or more bin locations. There are 3 steps in the screen. So the first step, you are going to select the item that you wish to assign to a bin. In step number 2, you are going to select or enter the settings that will be applied to each bin. So those settings would be the package quantity, bin capacity, bin max, bin min, on hand, and burn quantities. In step 3, you're going to select your available or empty bins to assign the item to. So here you can select one or multiple bins. So once you've selected your bins, you're going to click on Process Bin Assignments. And at the bottom, you will see the message that says Item assigned to the respective bins. The third screen that we're going to look at is the Remove Bin Assignment screen. So the Remove Bin Assignment screen allows you to quickly unassign an item from a bin. So any bin that is not currently on order, that does not have open issues or serials in repair, will appear on the grid. So all you have to do from this screen is select the checkbox next to the item that you wish to unassign, item or items, and then click on the Remove Item Assignment. You will see a pop-up that says Unassign Item from Selected Bins. Click OK, and then it will show you how many items have been removed from their bin assignments. And you can also undo the process if you have assigned them by accident or unassigned them by accident. You have the option to undo just by clicking the Undo button. Okay, next we're going to take a look at a RoboCrib type crib from the Bins module. And so a RoboCrib would include the VX500, VX1000, and LX2000. So in our example, we're going to look at a RoboCrib VX500, first with some bins already assigned, and then with no bins assigned. So Crib 08 already has bins assigned to the crib. So when I click on Configure Bins, I am defaulted to the Configure Automatic screen. So this screen allows me to generate a list of items to be assigned to multiple bin locations automatically. This is a 2-step process. So the first step is to select the item that you would like to assign to a bin. Please note that there is a column here called Default Bin Size. So if the item has previously been assigned to a bin, it will already have a default bin size assigned to it. Some items that have not yet been assigned to bins will have a default bin size of 0. So for our example, I am going to select one item that has a default bin size of 6 pi and a second item that has no default bin size assignment. So once you select your desired items, you're going to click the Assign Items button. So from this screen, you can enter the number of bins that you need assigned to the item, their package quantity, bin capacity, crib max, crib min, on-hand quantity, and burn quantity. Now I just want to show you real quick that if you scroll down to the bottom of the screen, you can see the number of bins remaining in each size in your crib. So So an example here, we have 29 available filler bins, 30 available half filler bins, 108 12 pies, 49 6 pies, 52 quarter pies, 12 third pies, and 13 half pies, and 0 full pies. So now I'm going to scroll back up to our Enter Attributes screen. And from here, there is a default bin size of a 12 pie and bin height of 1 that is already entered into these fields. So if you leave the default bin size, the items that already have a default bin size assigned to them will retain those bin sizes. The items without a default bin size will be assigned in the next screen. You can also select an alternate bin size for your items and then use the drop-down to change the bin size to the desired bin size, and you can also adjust the bin height number. So if you select an alternate bin size, all the items that you've selected in the previous screen will be assigned to that one same bin size that you selected. I'm going to uncheck this box and just leave the default numbers here and click the Next button. So since my first item already has a 6 pie assigned to it, this screen will only show me the items that currently do not have a default bin size assigned, like the Loctite item that I've selected. So since it did not have a bin size assigned to it, on this screen I can select the bin size that I would like to have my Loctite assigned to. So I'm going to select a 6 pie with a bin height of 1, and I'm going to click on Next. So now I finished step 1, and I'm going to move on to step 2. So once you've selected your items, step 2 asks you to select, or it shows you here the items that you've selected and their bin sizes. So if you would like to remove any of the items from this list, you can do it at this point. Otherwise, you will scroll all the way down to the bottom of the screen, and you're going to click on Process Bin Assignments. And then it will say items have been allocated for new bin locations. Now you have another way of importing a list of item and bin assignments to this screen directly into step 2. And the way you can do that is by first downloading the Import Item List from Excel spreadsheet, and then clicking the Download Sample File. So once you've downloaded your sample file, you can go ahead and open the Excel sheet. And again, you will see some sample data in the various columns. So if you want to use a spreadsheet to upload your item and process the bin assignments, all you have to do is enter the item code in the item field. The type is the pie size that you want to assign it to, so 12 would be a 12 pi, 6 would be a 6 pi, 3 would be a 3rd pi, etc. The bin height that you would like, so 1 door, 2 doors, 3 doors, etc. The number of bins that you would like to assign to each item, the package quantity, bin capacity, crib min, crib max, on-hand, and burn quantities. So once you've made your adjustments to the spreadsheet, you can save those changes, close the spreadsheet, and from the Import Items from Excel window, you're going to select the Choose File button. You are going to select the spreadsheet, click Open, start Upload, and it will tell you that the file has completed processing, and it will tell you how many rows have been imported, and if there's any rows with errors in them, it'll tell you that 2 rows have validation issues. So you will have to go back into the spreadsheet and review the spreadsheet and re-upload once you've made your fixes. So in our case, we didn't have those items in the database, so that's why it failed. So this is the Configure Automatic screen. So you also have the Configure Manual screen, which allows you to select an item and quickly assign the item to one or more bin locations. So again, you would select the item that you wish to assign to bin. In step 2, you would enter the settings that you want to apply to each of the bins, and in step 3, you can select all of the available bins to assign to your item. And again, this is a grid, so you can use the filter to search for a particular bin size, for example. So if you only want to see your 6 pies, you can type 6 in this field and click Filter, and then you will get a filtered list of only 6 pie bins. So you would select the bins that you want to assign the item to, and then click on Process Bin Assignments. You will then again see the message, item assigned to the respective bins. And the third screen that we have here is the Remove Bin Assignment, which allows you to unassign an item from a bin. So to do that, you just select the item that you wish to unassign, and then click on the Remove Item Assignments button. You'll get the message, unassign item from selected bins. Click OK, and again, it will tell you how many items have been removed from their bin assignments, and there is an undo button in case you want to reverse those changes. So next, we are going to look at a RoboCrib 500 that does not have any bins assigned to it. So from the Bins menu or module, I will select Crib 09. Now Crib 09 has no bins assigned to it. So when I click the Configure Bins button, and the next screen that it takes me to is the Configure Bins screen. Because I do not have any bins assigned, I can upload bin configuration sheets that will automatically pull all of those bin numbers into the database. So in order to do that, you would start by clicking the sample Excel bin file, and then you will select the appropriate template. So if you're working with a VX500, we're going to select the VX500 template. if you have a 1000, you would select the VX1000 and the LX2000 template for the 2000. So once you've selected your template, it will download the Excel file. You can then open it, and it will have some sample data in this file. So this file for the 500 will show you the 3 round stacks that it contains. So this is 11x, 12x, and 13x. So in these columns, you can enter the pie size that you would like for each level. So the level 1 is at the bottom here, and level 15 is at the top. The columns marked with an H are the bin height. So the spreadsheet will default to a bin height of 1, but if you would like to have a bin height of 4 or 5, for example, you would just change the bin height in here from 1 to 5. And this is starting at level 1, so it will occupy levels 1 through 5 here. So I'm going to just change stack 11 to 12 pies. So I'm going to make the whole stack here a 12 pie stack. And stack 12, I'm going to make third pies for the entire stack. And for the third stack, stack 13, I am going to alternate between 4 and half pies. These, the 101, 102, 103, are the filler stacks. So for a full filler stack, you will have a 1 inserted in the column, and for a 2 pie filler stack, you would enter 2. So I am just going to leave the sample data of one size or 1 pie for column 101. 2 pies for column 102, and 1 pie again for column 103. And the black field here is where the motor is, so that's not a valid bin. So once you've set up your bin configuration sheet, you can go ahead and save it. And you can close the sample files box. And again, from the screen, you're going to just click the Browse button to browse to your file location. Select your file template, click Open, and click on Import Bins. The final step here is to click the Process Bin Assignments. So if it was added successfully, you will see the message, bin configured successfully. Then it will default you to the configure automatic screen. So from this screen, again, you can generate a list of items and quickly assign them to your bin location. So you can either select your items and their properties from the screen, or you can once again import an item list from Excel. Again, you would download the file, open it, and here is your sample data. Again, you would just type in the item code, the size, the bin size that you would like to assign the item to, and the rest of the information save it, and then you can go back and import your list. So the last crib type that we're going to look at is a TX750. So we're going to go back to the bins module, and I'm going to select crib 04, which is a TX750 crib. From here, I'm going to click the Configure Bins button. And again, this will take me to the Configure Automatic screen. So the Configure Automatic screen allows you to generate a list of items to be assigned to multiple bin locations automatically. Again, this is a two-step process. So in step 1, you will build a list of items to assign. And again, if the item has previously been assigned to a bin, it will have a default bin size. Otherwise, the default bin size in the column will be blank. So I'm going to select 2 items, one that already has a default bin assignment and another that does not. And I'm going to click the Assign Items button. This will take me to the Attributes screen. So from the screen, you can enter the number of bins that you need assigned to each of the selected items, their pack quantity, bin capacity, crib min, crib max, on hand, and burn quantities. And again, if you scroll down to the bottom of the screen, you can see the total number of inches remaining for each bin size. So in the TX750 that we're looking at, we currently have 714 inches available for the small bin size. We have 355 inches available for the fillers. We have 414 inches available for the medium size, 312 inches available for the large, and 132 available for the extra large. So going back to our attributes screen, if you leave the default bin size of small and bin height of 2, the items will be assigned with their default bin size. The ones without a default bin size will have to be assigned a size in the next screen. Or you can click the Select Alternate Bin Size box and select the bin size and bin height. Then all the selected items will get that bin assignment. So for this exercise, I'm going to uncheck that box and click Next. So the battery did not have a default bin assignment. So on this screen, I can assign it a bin size. So for example, I'm going to assign it to a filler, and here are the dimensions in inches for each of the bin sizes. The bin height, the minimum bin height for all the shelves in the TX750 is 2, so I can either leave the default 2 or maybe I will increase it to 3 inches and click the Next button. So now I've selected my items. They have their assigned bin sizes. So here I can review my items, and if this is good, I can then go ahead and scroll all the way to the bottom and click the Process Bin Assignments button. I will then see the message, the items have been allocated for their new bin location. Another option I have from the screen again is to import an item list from Excel. Again, I will download the sample file, open the Excel spreadsheet, and here I can enter in my item codes, enter in the bin sizes, small, medium, large, filler. I can enter in the bin height, number of bins, package quantity, bin capacity, crib min, crib max, on hand, and burn quantities. So just as an example here, we will add item 11024 into a 11024 into a bin size large with a height of 3, number of bins 2. We're going to do a package quantity of 1, bin capacity of 1. Our max is going to be 1, and our min is 0. 0 for on hand and 0 quantity for burn. And make sure to remove the sample data and save your changes. I'm going to close the file. Now from the import items from Excel pop-up box, I can choose my edited file. And I'm going to select my bin configuration spreadsheet, click Open, and click on Start Upload. So here it will tell me how many rows were imported successfully, and if any rows had validation issues, it will tell me the number of rows. So I can go back and review my spreadsheet. Okay, so once you're done, you can go ahead and click the X to close out the box. Now I can review the items that were imported from my spreadsheet to make sure they're accurate. If I want to remove any of the items, I can just check the box and click Remove Items button. But we only had one item on our spreadsheet, so I can go ahead and scroll down and click the Process Bin Assignments button to finish the process. And again, I see the message, items have been allocated for new bin locations. So please note that for the TX750, once you've created your bins and item assignments through the AutoCrib.net software, you can then go to the TX750 machine and install your bin shelves. So the RoboCrib will automatically spin to each bin location, and the LED lights will show you where to install each shelf. So the next screen here is the Configure Manual screen, which again allows you to select an item and quickly assign the item to one or more bins. So this is again a two-step process. You select the item from the items list in step 1. Sorry, it's a three-step process. Step 2, you enter your settings. And if in step 3, if there were any available bins, they would show up on this grid, and you can select the available bin and click the Process Bin Assignment. And then the last screen here is the Remove Bin Assignment screen, which again allows you to quickly unassign an item from a bin by selecting the desired item, clicking the Remove Item Assignment button, click OK on the unassigned item from selected bin. Then you will see the message that the item has been removed from their bin assignment. Again, if you want to undo this process, you just click the Undo button. So the last thing I would like to mention is that you may also access the manual bin configuration screen through the item detail module. So once you've created your items, you can go to Inventory, Items. You can select the item that you wish to assign to a bin from this screen. And if you scroll down to the bottom of the screen, you will see your Assign Bin button. And this will automatically pop up with the crib selection. So it'll ask you which crib do you want to assign the item to. You select your crib, and then you will automatically be taken to step number 3 of the Configure Manual screen. So it already highlighted the item for you in step 1. So all you have to do is go into step 2, change your settings if needed, select the available bins from step 3, then click the Process Bin Assignment button. Okay, so this concludes our webinar. I would like to thank you all for joining us.